If you're thinking about making the move to the Matthews, North Carolina area, you've probably heard about the popularity and all the things to do in the downtown Matthews area. Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 things that drive me crazy, a little bit crazy, about the downtown area. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a drive. I'm going to talk, drive through, share with you those items, and I definitely want your opinion as well. I don't want to sound like the angry old man, but these are 5 things that I'd like to see change. So let's stick around and we're going to jump right in. So first of all, I love downtown Matthews, and like everybody that's in one of the most popular cities, Matthews, in the most popular incoming relocation areas in the country, Charlotte was named #1 in the country for the most people moving into it. So you kind of come to expect that there's going to be traffic. And being the artsy area, as well as businesses that are in downtown Matthews, it gets congested, especially during rush hour. But you also have to consider that the Matthews Elementary School is right downtown as well. And I'm not one to complain about the little ones because I have 2 elementary school students. But when you have the 7 a.m. school starting, the rush hour there as well, getting to things downtown Matthews can be a challenge. That's why that's #1 on my list of things I don't like, which is traffic. I also understand it. I'm not complaining while I'm driving through it because I love it here, but it is #1 on my list. So as we walk through the downtown area, you get to see, as I mentioned, there's traffic, which is to be expected with everything I said, but sometimes you have to cross the street. And in the downtown area, there are areas as you get closer to where we'll say the Brakeman's coffee, or kind of closer to the downtown part of it, the heart of downtown, where you've got to cross the street and it gets a little more narrow. Well, let's just say if you're not a fan of the game Frogger, it can be a little challenging. So crossing the road is my pet peeve, where there aren't any flashing lights. I'm not asking for a stop sign or even a stoplight, even just a flashing, hey, people are going to be crossing, because you know what? There are people that are not the greatest drivers. They're looking at their phones, and it can be a kind of a death trap sometimes crossing the road. And as you can see, I almost get hit by a car just doing this, but that'd be number on our list, and just not a big fan of it. Oh, sorry to interrupt right in the middle of my complaining, but if this is your first time to the channel and you want to keep getting updates regularly as we release new videos about areas just like Matthews, make sure to like and subscribe. You'll get those updates. And if you're not familiar with me and our team, I'm Steve Jarrell with the Longleaf Group here in South Charlotte, and I love helping people just like you every single day. So make sure to reach out. There's a button to click and we can schedule a one-on-one 15-minute call. No hassle at all. Let's just jump on and talk about making the move. So with all that said, let's jump back in and keep learning about what's going on downtown. Okay, so take a walk with me while we jump into number 3 on my list. And that is going to be as great of a downtown as Matthews is, with the train and the potential for growth, businesses, places to eat. There are some places that drive me crazy with the amount of wasted opportunities. And I know I'm going to get in trouble from some about the loved, and I love it too, Renfro's hardware, but the annexed portion of it is, if it were any other building, deteriorating. I understand it's historic and the farmers market's there, but to me, it's just such a great opportunity for either updating it or potentially a new business. I understand it's theirs and they can do what they want with it, but that, as well as the where the gas station used to be, a nice building was put in that could house some businesses, restaurants, has been sitting empty for going on 3 years, and I'm not sure the history or what's going on there, but there's a number of little spots where, with the value of the land and the value for residents or businesses, restaurants, there just seems to be some opportunities that are there that I would love to see get developed or renovated, but it is what it is. But that would be number 3 on my list. Let's see some updates going on there, but still beautiful downtown. Number 4 on the list is the Matthews Square area. You can see the Town Square building behind me. And the issue is that this area, which has some restaurants and is a really nice connection to downtown, doesn't feel like it's downtown. It feels a little isolated. They are doing building here with some new apartments, and the, right here with the town center and all these things that really could have such a benefit to feeling connected with larger sidewalks, a more of the same feel you have downtown. But right now it just feels a little disjointed. The future's there. I think that they are going to do some of that updating along this Matthews Station Road, but as of right now it just feels disconnected. That's my beef. Not the hugest issue, but if I had to pick 5, this would be on the list. And let's roll on to number 5. And number 5 on my list of the things that I would like to see changed, upgraded, that is Stumptown Park. Is not the issue, but I would love to see, similar to Waxhaw, a children's park. There's so much potential for activities for children, and you have a beautiful park here. I have no issue with Stumptown Park, but look at Waxhaw with their downtown park, which is dedicated, really developed for children to run around and have swings and all sorts of play structures. And the example here of Stumptown Park, which is a great place for the community to have the amphitheater right behind me, which has all sorts of different events throughout the year. And it is a great grounds for things like that. But a lot of parents are taking their children to downtown, having dinner, they're just going for a walk on a Sunday afternoon, and there's not a big park type of area that you'd like to see in a downtown, or I would like to see, because I know this is where we spend a lot of our time. And this would be the closest thing to where kids can run around. There's a little play area in the back, but I think McDonald's has probably a bigger play set than back there. But overall, the Stumptown Park really serves its purpose of a community type of open green area. It's a memorial area as well in the park, so it's not designed for a children's focused park. I'd like to see that, and that's why it is on my list, and it's the surprising one at number 5. Well, thank you for joining me as we took a tour of downtown, and I told you what weren't my favorite things about the downtown area. So thank you for joining me. And if you have any questions, you want to reach out, I'm Steve Jarrell with the Longleaf Group. Let's talk, learn about the area. Until next time, I will see you then.